Shifting focus to East Africa, where it is double trouble for the Kenyan President William Ruto. While the president is facing severe flak for introducing a controversial financial bill this year that resulted in deadly unrest, Kenyan courts have declared his government's previous year's finance law as unconstitutional. The three-judge appeal court bench has found that the 2023 financial law was fundamentally flawed in violation of the Constitution. The judges said that the William Ruto's administration did not follow constitutionally spelled out procedure before passing the law. The ruling raises questions about the government's ability to raise revenue from taxes and service its $78 billion public debt. Now the finance bills are presented to the Kenyan Parliament at the start of every financial year. They are the main vehicle for the government to set out its revenue-raising measures, including tax hikes. While in this year's finance bill, Ruto sought to raise around $2.7 billion by introducing new tax hikes. The 2023 law was signed in a bid to generate more than $2.1 billion for public coffers and help to ease Kenya's heavy debt. The law contains several new or increased taxes on basic goods such as fuel, food and mobile money transfers, as well as a controversial levy on all taxpayers to fund a housing scheme. The law had triggered months of protests called by a veteran opposition leader, and the protests soon spiraled into looting and deadly clashes with police. As per reports, the Kenyan government is likely to file an appeal against the ruling that upholds a preceding verdict of the High Court. However, the High Court ruling in November last year largely left the finance bill intact, only striking out the housing levy. The Ruto administration has pushed through a new law to allow it to continue collecting the housing tax. Now that law is also being challenged in court. The Ruto government has been relying on the 2023 finance law to continue collecting taxes, as the government bowed down to the youth pressure this year and scrapped the Finance Bill 2024 after the deadly protests. Dozens of people have been killed since the Gen Z-led rallies began last month against the tax hikes, but they have now turned into a wider campaign against William Ruto and his administration. Ruto has tried to placate the youth by offering more concessions even after he withdrew the Finance Bill 2024. Now, this includes sacking almost his entire cabinet and appointing key opposition figures in the new cabinet. However, anger against the government persists, with many wanting Ruto to resign. Activists are planning further marches, while the rallies have also inspired youth in neighboring Uganda. The 2023 finance law was the budget that Ruto government presented, and now that has been nullified by the courts, while his second finance bill was scrapped before turning into a law. Clearly, Ruto is facing a double blow in his almost 2 years of presidency. What will be his next steps remains to be seen.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished. cross to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Eric Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital in Washington, D.C.